Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am very excited to show you guys my regularly scheduled merchandise haul. This video is a little bit overdue because I actually received a lot of these packages months ago, and I actually started sharing and using some of the items from this haul, which you might have seen on my Instagram account. However, I hope you guys still enjoy listening to me talk through about all the items that I bought, even though the element of surprise may not be present for a few of the items. Something unique about this particular haul is that I actually bought these merchandise from not one, not two, but actually 4 different countries, and thanks to my proxies from China, Japan, Korea, and Singapore, who has helped me tremendously purchase these goods from different places and also shipped as much merch as they could before the 8/29 US tariff deadline. So I'm excited to share you guys all of the merch that I bought from various different places across the many series that I love. So without further ado, I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. To start off this haul, I'm going to show you guys what I got from Neokyo, which is a Japanese proxy service that I primarily use to purchase all of my anime, manga goods from stores that don't ship internationally. The first set of items I'm going to show you guys are manga and merch from my favorite Japanese artists that I follow on social media. These mangakas have incredible art styles, so I've been slowly collecting a lot of their merchandise or published works to show my support. So the first series I'm showing you guys right now is called Isshiki-kun, Watashi no Koto suki deshou. This series is written by one of my favorite mangaka, Tamura Sensei, who's currently working on the series called Hanahimaru Kimi no Meteor, which is a series I've talked about numerous times on my channel before, as it is one of my favorite works that is currently ongoing. This story, though, is her earlier work prior to Hanahimaru, and I actually found out about Tamura Sensei thanks to this series, as I was captivated by the art style and the plot piqued my interest. Unfortunately, both of these works are not officially licensed, so I hope that publishers can take notice of her stories and license them one day. I've definitely been submitting requests for both series, so I'm hoping for the best in the future. The series is a short 3-volume story that is about an office worker named Waka, and she's about to get married to her boyfriend. However, on the day of her birthday, she finds out he's cheating on her, and so she breaks up their engagement. And because she is turning 30 soon, she's not sure if she'll ever find any sort of happiness with her love life. Concurrently, we meet our male lead Isshiki, who is this younger guy, and he is an external consultant that's helping out at Waka's company. We see that Isshiki recognizes Waka previously, and when he finds Waka sad due to the cheating situation, he ends up declaring that he likes her and ends up pursuing her. Anyways, I did find a listing for the manga for the series and also the acrylic standee of Isshiki. He has this really pretty base, and I really like his suit. I believe this is like the only merchandise that came for the series, so I'm very glad I was able to secure it along with the entire manga. So yeah, that is Ne Isshiki-kun Watashi no Koto suki deshou. Next up we have is Ienai Koi wa Kiss Iro. This is another short story that is 2 volumes long by the mangaka Rana Sensei. One little slight tangent before I talk about the series itself is that I like to interact with Sensei's posts on Twitter, because even though this story is completed, she actively posts illustrations of the main couple of the story, and I'm always commenting on how much I love her art style, and the illustrations of them together is just so cute. She also interacts with all of her fans, so it's just a fun experience to interact with your favorite mangaka. I don't know if she's working on another project just because she hasn't really shared any new content, but I'm all for the extra content that she's been putting out for this particular series. So to give you guys a brief background on the series, this is a high school setting romance, and it follows our main heroine, Hinori, who is a very shy and quiet girl, and she does a lot of tasks around and for her classroom and remains unnoticed by her classmate for the most part. One day, she actually catches the attention by the most popular student in her class, Muruha. He takes an interest in Hinori and they end up talking and having these secret exchanges in writing as well as meetups in school. They meet in secret as Hinori is very shy and there are girls that are interested in Muruha, so they don't want to attract attention. And I honestly get butterflies whenever I read this story because it's so cute and wholesome for the most part. And I'm actually just very sad that this story is only 2 volumes long because I want so much more. So at least a full circle moment is that I'm very thankful for the bonus illustration that Rana Sensei has been putting out since the series has ended. And after some time, I finally got my hands on the manga along with some additional printed illustrations. So these illustrations here are called net prints, which is an option where artists can share a code to their fans, and their fans are able to use this code at convenience stores to print out these illustrations that the artist has drawn for a low cost. And I just think this is an awesome idea. This series is not officially licensed, so buying the series is a way I show my support to Rana Sensei, and again, I really hope the series gets licensed in the future. So that is Ienai Koi wa Kiss Iro, and I'm very happy to have this series in my collection. The next series I have here is called Usahina, 5年 tsukiatteru daigakusei kappuru no hanashi. For now, I only have merchandise to show you guys for this series. However, there are some very exciting news that I will share in just a little bit. So the series Usahina is a self-published work by the mangaka Igari sensei, who has various other works, but most of them are one-shots or very short series, and none of them are officially licensed in English. But this is another mangaka I follow on social media as I was very captivated by her art, and I've been following her for quite some time due to her illustrations of Usahina. She has posted a lot of art for the series as well as short panel pages of like the story of Usahina as well. So I've been like saving them down and Google translating so I can read along her story. And so basically, to give you guys a little bit of context on the story, it is a couple who's been dating for 5 years since middle school, which I think is such a long time, and I find that very cute. But the female lead is Hinako. She's currently 20, and then there's Haruko, who is the male lead, and he's 18, and they have an age gap of 2 years. So Hinako ends up going to university, and they have this long-distance relationship for 2 years. But now Haruko is finally entering university, and they are together again. And basically, the story depicts their relationship now that they're in university. So a lot of sweet and cute moments. But since they're older now too, there's a little bit of spice. So yeah, I'm very invested in this series just because of the premise of the story. And so Sensei actually compiled all of her illustrations and short panels that she's posted on our social media into a small book that was sold during Komitia 152 earlier this year. However, the booklet quickly sold out both in person and her online shop updates, so I never was able to get that. However, the exciting news is that this series is actually going to be officially published as its own standalone volume, and that is coming out in October, which is coming out, I believe, next week by the time I'm uploading this video. So I've already pre-ordered the volume, and I'm very excited to get it whenever it releases. So the merchandise I'm showing you guys here are all items that were sold at Komitia 152 with the exception of the small booklet. But yeah, we have the couple keychain, various different little stickers, and then the acrylic standee. So I'm very happy to have those. And then the rest of the items are a slew of net prints that Igari sensei registered for almost all of her illustrations related to Usahina as well as her other works. So I'm very happy that I was able to print them out. Anyways, I am very excited for the future of Usahina because it seems like she is going to be continuing on the story. And so I'm super excited to get the first volume when it comes out. And also a big congrats to Igari-sensei again for the exciting publishing announcement. Is this truly a merch haul if I don't share with you guys some brand new Oshi no Ko or Kana related merch? So if you guys can see here, the theme of these merchandise is actually carnival theme, which is super cool. And this was released by Katakawa. Now I don't recall if this was for a particular in-person event, but I just bought the merch from the mail order. So the first item I picked up was, of course, the Kana acrylic standees. If you guys know me, you know that I love collecting acrylic standees and displaying them on my shelf. So that was a must. And then I also picked up the wall scroll with the same illustration as the standee. And this one, I believe, was a B2 size. I need to do a better job with displaying my wall scroll because I have a ton of Kana wall scrolls. I just don't hang them up. So hopefully I will be more motivated to do it sometime in the future. And the last item that I grabbed was the bromide set, which features all the illustrations of the characters that were part of this carnival event merch drop. So we have Aqua, Ruby, Kana, and Akane, and they look so good. I love collecting these types of items because it's like a little memento for the event and all of the characters that were a part of the little merch drop. So yeah, that is everything that I got related to the carnival theme merch that was released by Katakawa, and I'm so happy to have all of these new Oshi no Ko and Kana merch to display in my shelves. The next item I have here is an illustration art book that one of my favorite artists released during Comic-Con winter last year. So yeah, it definitely took me quite some time to get my hands on this book, but I've been monitoring the site for quite some time, and when I saw the mail order stock was a few left, I knew I had to buy it pretty soon. And so the artist is KDZ Lit. I've actually talked about them a couple times on my channel as I've bought various items and other illustration books from this artist. So this illustration book is called RinIshErelog Plus, and previously I had bought their first illustration book, which is of the same title but without the plus. This is the second one from their catalog, and basically this artist draws primarily all of the Rin faces from Rin Tosaka to Ishtar, Ereshkigal, Space Ishtar, and Space Ereshkigal. So as a fan of Rin Tosaka and all of her Rin faces, I am always happy to see an artist that draws pretty much all of them. This features illustrations of all of the Rin faces as well as other Fate Grand Order characters. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection, and I am hoping that she releases another illustration book for the next Comic-Con that's coming up pretty soon. It is long overdue, but I am very glad to finally show you guys my very first official merchandise for one of my favorite childhood series of all time, Yumeiro Pâtissière. It's kind of funny how this series has popped up this year because I ended up getting a commission of a mono earlier this year from my favorite artist, and then the series actually had a pop-up event in Japan earlier this year as well, and so I was able to get all of these merchandise from the post mail order event, and so I was just super happy that I actually have representation of the series on my shelves now, and I can't wait to display everything. But for this pop-up event, they had so many cute merch, so I literally spent an arm and leg to secure all the items that I wanted to get. So the first bunch of items that I got were some acrylic panel displays of various different illustrations. We got like Solo Amano and Vanilla, Amano and Kashino, as well as the Sweet Spirits. And then I also got these other acrylic standees of the main cast with their sweet spirits, so Kishino and chocolate, as well as Omano and vanilla. And of course, if I ever see trading card illustrations, I always opt for the entire box set because I don't do the random blind bag types. I like to collect all of the trading cards. So for this box set here, there are 30 different illustrations ranging from solo shots of the main cast, the sweet spirits, a whole bunch of illustrations of Omano, and even some manga panels. So I'm really happy to have all of them. And as you guys can see, it is in the blind bags because you can opt to get the individual single ones. However, I am not that type of person. I like to collect all of the illustrations. So here I am unboxing a couple of the illustration cards for you guys to see. And here we have is Omano in her chef outfits. She is so pretty, and I love these little cards because they're so easy to store in my photo card binders. I have one just specific for my favorite anime series. And then the next blind bag I have here is Kashino. So I ended up finding out that the blind bag photo cards were placed in order based on the overview card that I showed you guys earlier. And so it was actually very predictable to find out what I was pulling because they were actually placed in order of the photo card guide. So yeah, I am super happy to have all of these trading card illustrations. They're so pretty. And then I actually got a bonus photo card illustration of the 4 main cast on a 1 photo card illustration as well. And the last couple of items I bought are all A3 size posters. So first we have is Omano and Kashino, and then we have Omano and Vanilla. We have this solo one of Omano with a whole bunch of desserts, and it's actually in a horizontal layout compared to the vertical ones. And lastly, we have another Omano and Vanilla together with a whole bunch of desserts. So yeah, that is all of the items that I got from the Yumeiro Pâtisserie pop-up event that happened in Japan earlier this year. Again, I love all of these merchandise so much, and I'm really excited to finally display Yumeiro Pâtisserie merch on my shelf. So yeah, super happy to have representation of the series in my collection. And the last items that I got for this particular Japan haul are some bag accessories as well as a brand new bag. So the bag that I got is this Ita bag right here. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. I feel like it's the perfect size for me too because it's not like extremely large. It's like the size of my upper half. Maybe it's large, but I feel like it's like the inside of the bag can hold like a lot of stuff, which I feel like that's what I'm looking for as well because I do carry a lot of things when I go out and about. But anyways, this is not technically my first Ita bag. I actually have some Ita bags that I bought many years ago for like enamel pin displays, but I feel like this one is kind of like your very popularized otaku style Ita bag where you can display your Oshi on this display cover, and basically you can put like your cam badges, your acrylic standees, keychains, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this brand new bag. I think it looks really cute. I think it looks good. But anyways, I chose this gray color because I felt like this was like a nice light color to be paired with like any type of clothing that I wear. And I also like the little ribbon accessories on the side. I think they're really cute. And of course, I also thought the display window here was the perfect size. It's actually the size of like maybe like a piece of paper, so like 8.5 by 11. So like if I was planning on displaying the bag with like cam badges, I wouldn't need to buy a whole ton of cam badges. I've already bought a couple so far, and I think from the size of the cam badges I've been buying, it takes about like 15 to maybe 20 at most to fill up the space, depending on if it's like a 2-inch to 4-inch size cam badge. But yeah, I am really excited to put this to use. I guess I'll show you guys the inside of the bag itself too. It's very spacious with a lot of pockets and compartments. So on this side, we have these like 2 loose pocket. Actually, it's 1 loose pocket here, but it's like a clip style. And then on this side here, this one is more of a zipper compartment that you can open and close. And then in the center, there are 2 sections that are partitioned based on this like middle slot here, which is also kind of an area where you can put like maybe like papers and stuff, and you can close with a zipper. But yeah, and then there's also a little area where you can put your water bottle, but kind of on the smaller side. But yeah, I think it's a very spacious bag. I definitely think I can hold my like 15-inch MacBook Pro, I'm pretty sure. And then you can also close the whole entire bag with the outer zipper pocket as well. So yeah, I think it's very secure and very functional and can hold a lot of things that I need to bring along with me. So this is a bag I'll definitely be wearing for like anime conventions, as well as like other events that will be going for fun. For daily use, I'll probably won't use this, mainly because I don't want it to get worn down and dirty. So I'll just use this for those events, and I'm very excited to sport them out. Oh, and here's the back as well. It's just this plain bag, which I think is nice. But yeah, let's actually get into the bag accessories. So I bought 2 different styles of bag accessories. The first one I got is a photo card holder because, of course, your girl collects photo cards. So I wanted a cute photo card holder accessory to put my photo cards in. So this one is in this blue color here, and we got some rabbit ears, which is so cute, and I really love the fuzzy texture. So we have this bow on top with this heart center here, and I like the color that's like very blue. And then on the bottom we have some bows here, 2 on each side, and then we have the clear display so you can showcase your photo card. And I bought this photo card holder because, one, it's cute, but I think it looks really cute paired with this bag with the ribbon details. It matches very well. And I actually bought this in, of course, another color, and I actually have put a photo card for you guys to see an example of. So I have this pink one right here. Basically looks like the blue one, but the only difference is, of course, the color, and then you have the center heart being pink in the middle. But yeah, they're so cute and fuzzy, and I, of course, will attach this to my bag so you guys can see how it looks like. Very easy to put on, and it looks so cute again with the ribbon detail here. It just matches so well, and it's like a pop of color against this light gray Ita bag. And speaking of the second accessory, which is the last item that I got, it is this really cute plush pouch, but it's in a cat style compared to the rabbit photo card holder. So here it is. I love the little ear. The material again is like this fuzzy soft material, so similar to the photo card holder as well. And then for accessory, we have this little front keychain with the star, and then the tail. And the tail is actually removable, like you can unclip it if you don't want it to, like, you know, be so long, or you don't want to like drag it around. But I really like the tail a lot. It just gives a nice unique touch, so I'm definitely going to keep it on. Of course, clear display. And in terms of the size of this plush holder, I think it's like a little over 10 centimeters. So not the huge plushies, but can hold your like smaller ones, and I only travel with small plushies anyway, so this one is the perfect plush holder. And again, very, very cute. And of course, I bought it in another color, and I actually put a plushie inside for you guys to see as well. And again, very similar colors to the photo card holders because I got the pink and blue combo. I just thought they were just really cute colors to have as an accessory, and they go well as a pop of color for my Ita bag. But yeah, I put Kana in here. As you guys can see, she is probably a very familiar character that you guys see on my channel, and also a plushie that you guys probably seen a lot because she's my travel companion. I take her with me all the time. She's actually been semi on hiatus because I've been taking Caleb with me more often nowadays, but I do take Kana whenever I have the chance. She's probably more of a local travel, while Caleb is going to be my like more farther away travel now. So yeah, I will always take her around if I can, but not as often, or she's not like 100% going with me all the time now. Anyways, I am going to also attach this little plush holder to my Ita bag for you guys to check it out. And here is the completed bag look with the bag accessory as well. I just love how they look like on the Ita bag. I feel like this is definitely the go-to style that I will be sporting at future cons and events that I'll be attending for fun. And I think they look so nice like all together. So yeah, I'm very excited to wear this bag in the future. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute, and I can't wait to like switch out the display as well as like change my accessory very so often, so that all of my photo cards, plushies, as well as, you know, my merch can be showcased wherever I go. I am very happy to have this brand new Ita bag, and I love all of the cute little accessories that I got. The next batch of items I'm going to show you guys are from my proxy, who is based in Singapore. I probably have talked about this proxy several times on my channel, as she has helped me purchase merch from my favorite ultimate game, which is Mr. Love's Queen's Choice, but most recently Love in Deep Space as well. So the first set of items I'm going to show you guys was actually from an anime convention that happened in Singapore called Dojima, and this convention actually happened early May. So at that time I was definitely looking out for some fan-made merch for Love in Deep Space, specifically Caleb as well. And after sifting through a whole bunch of artist catalog, I was able to find so many wonderful Love in Deep Space merch, as well as artists that I've been following for quite some time that were attending this event. So I was really lucky that my proxy was able to help me out and buy all of the merch that I wanted. So this first artist I'm showing you guys here has drawn just so many wonderful illustrations of Caleb, who is their main as well as my main, and I just love their art style so much. And they had all of these wonderful illustrations that are turned into prints, and they actually had some OT5 merch as well, so I was able to secure photo cards, stickers, and illustration prints. And then this next artist here, I actually got my first like international commission, which is pretty cool. She had an extensive catalog, and all of her commissions looked really good. So I, of course, wanted a Love in Deep Space related commission, and I ended up getting Colonel Caleb drawn by her, and it turned out so amazing. I love the coloring of the black and white, and the gold detailing is just such a nice touch. It's a beautiful commission, and I love it so much. And then I also got my very first Love in Deep Space pin, and this one is the iconic apple icon that is related to Caleb, and it's just so adorable. And then this next artist here had a really fun illustration of like Caleb and the apple and all of his other icons, and I just really loved their chibi style. So I got this like card case, which I don't really have a great purpose for it yet, but I just thought it was really cool. And I also had this lanyard, which I thought would be very functional, as I do plan on sporting it whenever I go to conventions to like hold my badge and stuff. So I thought that was really cute. And lastly, I got this really adorable cat lip stamp, which is so cute. I my only regret is that I only got one, and I definitely should have got two because I used the stamp very sparingly. And then this next artist here had this really adorable tiny size plushies of Xavier and Caleb, and I believe they're like 5 centimeters tall. Like, it's so small, and I don't know if there are clothes for 5 centimeters, but for now I'm just gonna leave them naked. And then this artist also has a whole bunch of like keychains for all the male love interests, and I got a whole bunch of Caleb keychains because she had like 12 different variants of all of his different outfits, and so I got my favorite ones, but I definitely want to collect them all. So yeah, that is everything that I got from Dojima 2025. I am super thankful for my proxy. She was able to secure all the merch that I wanted, and I'm just so happy to be able to get merch from these artists because a lot of them has never been to the US, so this was like the only opportunity for me to even buy their merch at this convention. So I may have fallen down a little bit of a rabbit hole buying some Caleb plushies. The goal was to purchase my very first Caleb plushie because when I have a favorite character, I like to have a plushie of them and then take them along with me as I travel to different places. It's just something that I like to do. Kana was one that I brought along with me the last couple of years, and now that Caleb is my new obsession, I thought it'd be perfect to just buy a small plushie of him and yeah, have him be my travel companion. However, while I was looking through endless pages and different listings of Caleb plushies, there was just so many options and I couldn't decide one or two or even three. But I ended up buying 10 different Caleb plushies. Some of them actually have the same like outfits even, but they have like different eye styles or different accessories. And so I was like, I like them both. Let me just buy them both. And then it just kept getting worse because I kept sending the links to my proxy and she was like, okay, I can add this to the cart, like I can purchase it. And so I was like, easy, I'll buy it. And a couple of them that I bought too were like in stock from her like house, and so it's like, oh, she's selling it anyways, I might as well snag it, and it's so cute. But yeah, a lot of these Caleb plushies are so darn adorable. They're like the perfect size and they come with like so many different variants and styles that I couldn't pass them up. And so yeah, this is my not so little Caleb plushie haul. I may have a little bit of a problem, and I'm pretty sure the problem has not been resolved because I did, in fact, buy more Caleb plushies, but that is a future Diana problem. So for now, I am so happy with all of these plushies. They're just the cutest, and I couldn't live without missing one of them. So yeah, I hope you guys like this little montage of my Caleb plushie collection, and there's definitely more to come in the future. And the last items from this proxy is, of course, Mr. Love's Queen's Choice, and all of the merchandise here is from the 11/11 event, also known as Singles Days in China. And this particular event, I feel like, is always like highly sought out because they make probably the cutest and best merch for this particular celebration. And so I always find myself wailing and buying like way too many merch for this particular drop. And yeah, but that was a year ago, so I've already paid my dues from there. But anyways, I got plushies of Gavin and Victor. I don't know what they're kind of based on, but the little flags that they're holding, they actually turn 360 and it's like so cute. And then I also got a whole bunch of shikishi boards, and if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you know I love buying shikishi board illustrations for Mr. Love's Queen's Choice because they're just so beautifully illustrated, and I just love collecting shikishi boards. They're not like the easiest to store because I just have a stack like in my closet that's like growing for the last couple of years, but I couldn't pass this up because again, the illustrations are so beautiful, and the shikishi board packaging, especially for this one that I'm sharing with you guys now, it is so darn cool. Like, I love the holographic details. It just looks so aesthetically pleasing overall. So yeah, I really like all of the illustrations, and this one I believe is a Halloween theme one, which is so perfect. And look at my man Gavin, he is so handsome. I'm just obsessed with him, and the little lollipop and everything. Oh my gosh, my heart is just melting. But anyways, those are all the shikishi board illustrations that I got. And then I also got this brand new USB-C charging cable that is kind of based of like a gaming console of Gavin. This is so cute. I really like how adorable it is, and this will make charging my phone much more entertaining, I guess. And then I also got a bonus item. I believe this is related to like how much I spent, but it's like a set of buttons for all of the male love interests. And then I also got this bonus like little stamp sticker or like posted. And it has all of the boys, but the top one that is featured for this stamp is of course Gavin, so it is so cute. I like it a lot. But yeah, that is everything that I got for the 11/11 Singles Day event. Actually, this is half of the items I got for the event. My proxy wasn't able to ship everything out yet, so I will have to see when I can get those items because of the whole tariff situation. She can't ship anything out at the moment. But also the next Singles Day is coming up very soon, so I have to be prepared for that. So stay tuned. The next item I have here, I got using Superbuy as a proxy. So they're shipped directly from China. And I actually bought some like clothes along for this package as well. But in terms of like merchandise of my favorite series, this is what I got. And if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you would know that Hidden Love is one of my favorite Chinese novel with a manhwa and also live drama adaptation. So recently the series had a brand new merch drop, and so I was quickly on it to buy the merchandise because they're based on some very beautiful illustrations. First we have is a wedding theme illustration, and the second is an amusement park date illustration. So I bought the acrylic standees for both, and the acrylic standee are just incredibly massive. Like, I didn't realize how big they were until seeing them up close for the first time, but I am not complaining whatsoever. And both acrylic standee actually comes with photo cards of the same illustration. I didn't show you guys in this particular video, but you actually get two photo cards of the main two leads, so one of Xiangzhi and one of Duojia. But anyways, this is all the items that I got for Hidden Love for this particular haul, but I hope to ship out the rest of the items whenever I have the opportunity to do so. It's to our final package for this merch haul, and I'm very excited to show you guys all of the items that I recently purchased from Korea. This series here is actually one I read during the pandemic, but I didn't have the opportunity to share or buy merch for this series until now. I actually bought the merch that I'm showing you guys today because one of my mutual actually read this series a couple months ago, and we started talking about it, and then she mentioned about the art book for the series, and as an avid art book collector and a fan of the series, I went around looking to see if I can purchase the art book and actually stumbled upon the store listing that was still selling the art book and also some other merch for the series, and so I was able to secure it for myself as well as for my mutual. And to be upfront, this is actually one of my top favorite webtoons of all time. I really enjoyed and was extremely invested in this series when I read it a couple of years ago, so I am just really happy to be able to have some representation of this series in my collection and be able to share with you guys my thoughts as well as a little bit about the story today. So the series is called Whale Star, the Gyeongseong Maid, and this is a completed series that you can read the whole entire story in English on the Webtoons app. So a little bit about the story. It is a retelling of the Little Mermaid and Gyeongseong, so present-day Korea, that is under the colonial Japanese rule at the time. Our main heroine is Sua, who is a handmaiden and spends a lot of her time working and swimming in the sea. One day, she discovers a wounded man, an independence fighter named Uihan, who is washed up on the shore. She nurses him back to health, and a series of events occurs where she leaves her job and even loses her ability to speak in a murder attempt by Uihan's comrade, Haesu. As she travels to the capital, Gyeongseong, which is present-day Seoul, to get revenge, she finds herself growing more and more intertwined with her new surroundings. So this is a series I feel like has a very amazing and enjoyable storytelling, and it is a very serious story and represents a real period of time when people are struggling and are fighting for their lives and for their independence, which I have a great appreciation for. So if you guys haven't heard of Whale Star, I highly recommend. So to speak about the merchandise that I got for Whale Star, what I'm flipping through right now is the art book for this series. And actually, what I flipped through earlier before this art book is actually the poster book that came along with the art book. They both share basically the same illustration. However, the poster book is much bigger and you can actually tear out the illustrations compared to the art book where it's bound into like the book itself. And then for the art book, you actually get a set of photo cards. So we got a transparent photo card of like this background image, which is really beautiful. And then you also get photo cards of the main trio of the story. So we have Uihan, Sua, and then Haesu. And I just feel like this art book is such a nice item to have as a big fan of the series because you get so much out from this art book. Like it's like almost like an art book set because you get not only the art book but a poster book and also a photo card set. I also picked up this coloring book for Whale Star as well, and to be honest, I don't think I will be using this coloring book to actually color. Maybe I will, but we'll see. But what really captivated me to purchase this coloring book was that it comes with various illustrations from the manhwa itself, and I just thought this would be like the perfect item to see all of the beautiful panels of these series, even though I am probably not going to buy the Korean manhwa for the series. If it does get an English translation and it is physically printed, I will for sure buy it. But for now, I feel like the coloring book does a good job summarizing my favorite scenes from the manhwa. So I think this is actually a perfect item to have. But basically, you have on the left side the color panels of the manhwa, and right next to it on the right side is the place where you can actually color the image, so you can actually reference the actual scene and then like either like imitate it or kind of like color in your own style. But I just thought this was so cool. There's just so many different illustrations, so honestly this feels like another illustration book rather than a coloring book. But yeah, I feel like this coloring book is such a wonderful item to have as a big fan of the series. And in addition to the coloring book, we have yet another item that comes with this coloring book, which is a postcard set of 3 different illustrations. And it actually like follows the format of the coloring book because the postcard set, you get the colored illustration and then you also get the non-color illustration. So basically you can color on the postcard as well, which I think is just so cool. Will I be using this to color? I'm not too sure, but again, I just really like the amount of details and additional items that they're putting for the Whale Star merch. It's just so awesome, and they have all of my favorite scenes from the series, so I'm just really impressed by all of the merch for the series. But anyways, that is everything that I got for Whale Star. And again, if you guys are interested in checking out the story, this is available on the Webtoons app, and I highly recommend you guys read it because it is such a wonderful story. This next series I have here, I got through a Tumblebook campaign, which is equivalent to like a Kickstarter in the US. But I've been following this artist, Myung-oh or M. Young-oh, for quite some time. I'm just like very captivated by her illustrations, character design, art style. She just really has a very eye-catching art that is very distinctive, and I really like it a lot. But she has this very short series called Dokkebi Mudang. Also, like literal translation is the Goblin and the Shaman. It's like a collection of like very short story about a god who's lost his power and a novice shaman. There really isn't a big plot to the story. It's just like very short panels of like the two interacting with each other, and the rest is like smut. Along with the story too, there's like different AUs of the main characters. So like there's ones where like it's a historical era, and then the other is like they're office workers and all that other stuff. So yeah, really there for the visuals of the story, not necessarily the story itself, but otherwise I'm a huge fan of Myung-oh's art. But anyways, I joined her Tumblebook campaign actually a while back for another illustration book for the same series, but this one is actually the book with the short stories compiled. And then all of the items that you get for the campaign along with the book is the postcard set, which contains a lot of illustrations of the main couple in the main story as well as their different AUs. And then you also get like a post-it note set, a sticker sheet, this acrylic standee I'm sharing with you guys here with the mini chibi one as well. It is so pretty, and I think the acrylic standee actually spins. And then you get this transparent photo card set here with the maid and like the master AU, which is also very pretty. But anyways, I'm very happy to have this series in my collection, and if you guys haven't checked out Myung-oh's art yet, highly recommend you guys stopping by her account because you'll see why I'm such a huge fan of her illustrations. To wrap up this haul, I wanted to sit down and show you guys all of the Plave merch that I recently got. All the items that I got are from the Plave second year anniversary merch drop. And so I went ahead and splurged a little bit because the items that came from this merchandise drop were just so darn cute. Like I wanted everything. So I didn't buy the whole entire catalog, but I did buy a substantial amount, and I have no regrets because you know, it's a special occasion that we're celebrating Plave's second year anniversary. Plave just means so much to me as a big fan of their music as well as a follower of their content, and I've just enjoyed everything that they put out the last 2 years, and so it just felt nice to treat myself, but also just to celebrate a very big milestone of Plave's journey as well. Anyways, to start off, I'm going to show you guys all the merchandise related to Plave's Mo series. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's also abbreviated as 4-letter M's. But these are basically little teddy bear-like creatures that are absolutely adorable, but they're part of the Plave lore. And if you guys are interested in reading or learning more about it, I'm pretty sure there are like available guides translated from Korean to English that expands more on the Plave lore and stories from all of their contents that they've released so far. But anyways, each of the boys have their own representative Mimemimo character. And so usually for me, I would just buy like the Yejun specific merchandise because I don't have enough money to collect OT5. But for the Mimemimo series, I couldn't pass up and just collect Yejun. I ended up buying OT5 for this particular merch series. So I got the plushies, I got the accessory, I got the keychains for all of the boys. And I don't have any regrets. My wallet is crying though, but they were just so darn cute. So I just splurged just a little bit for this particular merch drop for this particular series. Anyways, let me show you guys the merchandise themselves. So first, I'm gonna show you guys are all of the plush figure. So we're gonna start off with Yejun's, and his character name is Mimyu. Oh my goodness, he's so adorable. So yeah, all of the boys' characters look like this basically as the base, but they'll have like different color ears, facial expression, eye colors, and then different little tail color as well. But it's so soft. It's about like maybe 10 centimeters or a little bit taller, and it's so soft and squishy. So a unique feature about these little plushie is that their ears are magnetic, so it can actually attach to anything that has like a magnetic attraction. So for example, the first thing I thought of was my refrigerator. So I actually took Yejun out of the box because I was taking pictures of his character for Yejun's birthday, and I did try it out and put it on my refrigerator and it works. So I'll put a picture of that result on the video screen for you guys to see, but that is just so darn cute. I am obsessed. So yeah, anyways, that is Mimyu. Next up we have is Moi, which is Noah's representative character. Oh my gosh, look at him. So soft and cute. I feel like cute is the only adjective I know, so I apologize. And then we have is Mimu. This is Bambi's representative character. Oh my gosh, I love it. He's so pink. I love their little blush cheeks. It's so adorable. Here we have is Mumo, which is Unho's representative character. Oh my gosh, look at his facial expression. It's so grumpy. Oh my gosh, and I love his red eyes. Little tail. Oh my gosh. And of course, last but not least, our Magne's representative character. So Hamin's Mimemimo creature name is Meomi. Oh my gosh, that's just so darn adorable. Like, I love that name so much. Anyways, this is his. Oh, he looks a little sad. But yeah, I love the gray ears. And then his little tail. Okay, so yeah, that is all of the Mimemimo plush figures for all of the boys. Oh my gosh, I can't even hold them all in one hand. All right, here it is. This is such a bad showcase of all of them, but they're all soft and squishy and I love them. Moving on, I'm going to show you guys the accessories that you can put on your Yumeiro creatures. They're actually hood hats that you can put over the creature's face. And the designs for the hats are based on the Plave members' animal representative mascots. So here we have is Bambi's representative animal, which is a deer. And you can put this on Mimu's face, like so. And I like how they come with like a little paper template to see how it looks like with the hat on too. I feel like that's a very nice creative design. And then we have Yejun's dolphin animal mascot that you can put on for Mimu. And then we have Haman's cat hood hat here, and you can put this on Miomi. This is the wolf hood hat for Unho for his Mimo creature. And lastly, we have the alpaca for Noah, and you can put this on Moi. And they're all so darn adorable. I don't know if I should just like try and put one on for you guys to see. I wonder if there's like an easy way for me to open this. Maybe not, but maybe I'll insert a picture here of Yejun with his hood hat so you guys can see how it looks like on the screen. I did get the Yumeiro roller stickers, and there were two different versions, A and B. So for the A version, it's basically the face of the Yumeiro creatures here. And then for the B version, it's basically the Yumeiro creatures, but they're wearing their hood hat accessories, which is very cute. And I also picked up this really cute Plave photo card binder, which of course features the Yumeiro creatures celebrating Plave's 2nd year anniversary. So this is them decorating the cake. And then here it says Happy Plave Day as well. Sorry for the glare, you guys. And then on the back, we actually have a different illustration. It has all of the characters, but they're floating because they're holding the balloons, which is so adorable. Alright, so the last item related to Plave's Yumeiro series are the little keychains, which are basically the same as the plush figures, but smaller and has a keychain attached. So I'll just show you guys each one by one. So this is Mumo. So yeah, it just comes with a little keychain, and they're in this like little plastic baggie as well. And here we have is Miomi. So adorable. And I love having little keychains like this because I like to decorate my bags with like little accessories, and I feel like these ones are small enough where you can hang your bag, and they're not like big plushies that kind of like are a little too big. I feel like these are like the perfect size. And then here is Mimu. So cute. Then we have Moi. And lastly, we have is Mimu. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So yeah, those are everything that I got related to Plave Yumeiro merchandise line. I am obsessed with all of them. So I'm going to show you guys the rest of the Plave merch. So starting off, we have this really cute box that says Happy Plave Day. I love the color palette for their anniversary. It's like a light blue and red theme, and it's so pretty together. It's a nice color combo. But for this box, if you open it up, it actually has a whole bunch of pins of the Plave logos of each of their eras, which is so pretty. I love collecting pins like these, like based on like groups' different logos for each era. I did this for G-Friend, I did this for Blackpink, and so Plave was no exception. I also got Yejun's acrylic standee, and this is based on his dash outfit, which I love. So I love collecting acrylic standees of Yejun. I have all of his previous ones, so this one is next for me to open and display on my shelf. I also picked up the Dash photo card pack here, so let me open it up and show you guys the photo cards. So this is Yejun, and on the back it has the member's name. Here we have is Noah, Bambi, Unho, and Haman. So yeah, those are the 5 photo cards that you get based on the Dash MV outfits. And I'm very happy to have this photo card set. And the final Plave item that I picked up was this Plave Volume 2 booklet here. And these booklet just comes with like various different contents and activities that you can do and look through for Plave. They have like tons of like informations that you can read as well. But yeah, lots of activity things that you can do, which is really cool. I don't really do any of the activities, but I do buy this for collection purposes. But this booklet also comes with a fold-out poster of the boys in their Dash outfit, and it's a very pretty poster, glossy. And then we also, of course, get a photo card pack. So the pack has the same image as the poster and the booklet. But let's look at the cards. So here is Yejun's photo card, and I really like the theme of this photo card set. It's so like light and pretty. Okay, and then we have is Noah, Bambi, Unho, and Haman. Show you guys all of the photo cards here. Again, so sparkly and light. And then the back of the photo card, it's just the name of the booklet. But yeah, that is the photo card set, and that is everything that I bought for the Plave 2nd year anniversary merch drop. I did get some pre-order bonuses I'm going to show you guys. So because I spent over 250,000 won for my order total, I was able to get the full set of Plave photo cards. These are purchase bonus basically, and you can get one for every 50,000 won that you spend. So I'm going to show you guys each of the photo card. So this is Haman's, Unho, Bambi, Noah, and Yejun. So usually I don't spend that much when it comes to Plave's merch drop. Maybe I spend around like 100k won because I usually get like 2 members. But if you spend 250, you get the full member set, and I never get Yejun when it comes to these pre-order purchase bonus. So it is nice to be able to get Yejun for this particular merch drop. That is everything that I bought related to Plave. I love all of the merchandise that I got. Everything is just so cute, and I'm really happy, and I cannot wait to display them on my Plave shelf. And with that wraps up the haul for today. I hope you guys enjoy listening to me yap about all of the new merch that I got from various different series that I enjoy, as well as some general items. Again, this was a huge haul because I was trying to avoid the 8/29 tariff deadline, so I shipped all the items that I could across my different proxy as of the timing of this filming, I haven't gotten any of the tariff invoices, so I think I may be in the clear, but I do have items in most of the warehouses that I use a proxy for, so I definitely will be paying those bills in the near future, which I'm not very excited about. But anyways, I'm just really happy to have all of these new merch, and I can't wait to use them and display them and whatnot. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm sure I'll see you guys in another merch haul very, very soon. So until then, take care. Bye!